It was sister or brother in the Dexter Season 1 finale. Dexter had to choose. Did he choose his adoptive sister or his biological brother? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Back with another Dexter poll/theory. And as you've seen at the end of Season 1, Episode 12 of Dexter, he had a hard choice to make. Did he choose Rudy, aka Brian Moser? Or did he choose his adoptive sister, DEBRA Morgan, the daughter of the guy that created the Big Code?
Looking forward to this poll, man. I talked about Big Brian earlier on, and we need to talk about Big Brian again. I like Brian. I think they killed him far too early, but here, it is what it is.
Do you want a spoiler?
He didn't die.
Oh, no, I think he did die, mate. He got his neck sliced off.
It's not actually his brother.
No. Do you want the spoiler or not?
No, well, I mean, I don't really... actually, I don't see what the significance can be.
There's flashbacks.
Oh, Brian!
Flashback City! Well, not flashbacks, but what do you call those things when Harry just appears randomly? Like Big John. Nah, but they're not somebody's just appearing, it's not actually a flashback. I'm pretty sure we've had a couple of them where he does
hallucinations?
Something. Anyway, look, we haven't seen the last day, Brian, so... Yeah.
Right, but he's dead.
Oh, he is dead, yeah. There is no change in that. But we know what happens. Brian, obviously, is the ice truck killer. He's dating DEBRA. DEBRA is going to be his latest victim. Dexter is on to the fact that Brian is, or should we say Rudy at this point, is the ice truck killer. Then Dexter finds out that this guy is not really Rudy. In fact, his name is Brian Moser, and it is his biological brother. And they've been separated ever since their mother, Laura Moser, died in that container ship. Harry decided that he would adopt Dexter, but he didn't want to adopt Brian, or at least Brian was put into care because they felt like he was too far gone. If we can reference The Walking Dead here, they felt like he'd seen too much. He was too old and that he couldn't get over that, so he went into like...
live here.
So he just spent his life basically growing up in a psychiatric
A facility.
Even though he did manage to escape, and I'm assuming he did.
You say escape, it's more of a
He made a life for himself.
It's more of if you just turn a certain age, isn't it? You're allowed to leave.
Well, I think you have to pass, like...
Oh, yeah,
you know,
but it's not like you're forced to stay there. I mean, I guess if you can't pass the test... Imagine that.
Yeah,
pass
but
the test to get your fucking freedom.
He may have passed the test, but should he really been released based on the fact that he went to be the ice truck killer?
No, maybe not.
Probably not.
I know he's a murderer, mass murder, but he's a normal guy. I mean, he can, like, some people wouldn't be able to hide it.
He's obviously a good, well, he's not a surgeon, but he's a, what do you call that doctor? Someone that
Doctor of Fugonomics, there you go.
Someone that specifies in limbs and stuff. There's a particular name for that.
I don't know what it
is.
A
limb doctor?
Aye, the limb doctor.
The guy that creates limbs. Anyway.
Prosthetics doctor. Prosthetics.
Prosthetics, aye, that sounds about right. So, yeah, he went...
sound right.
not when you said it, like, but I did a better job. So, yeah, he goes on to be a prosthetics doctor, and obviously, ice truck killer abducts DEBRA, is going to kill DEBRA. Dexter can't allow that to happen. Dexter ends up managing to free DEBRA. Brian escapes, but Brian is going to come back and kill DEBRA. That's his mission, because I think Brian believes that if he can eliminate DEBRA, then him and Dexter can be together. And he wants to be with Dexter. He says, I'm the only one you can be yourself around. You're a killer, and I accept you for who you are, because we're both fucked up, we're both messed up. And if me and you are together, then we can be ourselves. We don't have to hide it. We can be true to ourselves, and we can be like this two-man power trip, so to speak.
Yep, we can hold the IC belt, the WWE belts, and the tag belts.
But Dexter he can't do it, and he decides that he has to protect his adoptive sister. He has to kill Brian, because he knows if he doesn't, then Brian is just going to not stop until he kills DEBRA. And this is like the first time we ever see Dexter cry or show any sort of emotion. And it's probably the only time we'll see him cry for at least fucking seasons, that's for sure.
No tears left to cry. You know what, though, for Dexter, realistically, what I think he likes being the only guy he can talk to himself about these murders. Did he really? I mean, I don't think he gives a fuck about Deborah, really. I mean, if he lets this guy live, he's like, fuck, I've got to talk about this guy about the murders.
No, but he clearly didn't want to kill him.
No, he didn't, but I think he realised, if I let this guy live, I mean, it's a tag team match. I'm more of a solo guy.
So, I think it was more to protect Deborah, but I mean, whatever. The question we asked was, did Dexter make the right decision to kill his biological brother, the ice truck killer Brian Moser, to protect his sister Deborah? What should Dexter have done? So there was 4 options. Option 1, kill Brian Moser to protect Deborah. Option 2, kill Deborah to save his brother and form a team with his brother, I guess. That's Deborah out the equation. Because, I mean, I guess Deborah can't really live, and for Dexter to coincide alongside Brian, so one of them has to go. Get Brian sent to prison. I mean, this would be an option, but then you
run the risk of Brian ratting.
No, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would rat, but I guess maybe Dexter can't take that possibility. Plus, it would go against his code, considering that Brian is a killer. He's killed multiple people. And even if he is in prison, I guess he's still a danger to Deborah if he ever gets out or ever escapes. So that's an option. And the last option was let Brian live and try to teach him the code. Could Dexter teach Brian Harry's code, and could there be some sort of alternative world where Brian and Dexter lived together and they kept their killing spree going, but they did it in the right way, the way Harry wanted it? That's the 4 options. What do you think of them?
I think with Brian, it's already tainted. I mean, would Dexter really want to bring this guy in and try and teach him the code if it's already tainted?
Well, they do say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now, coming in first place, we had 54% for kill Brian Moser to protect Deborah. I can see that's the option Dexter went with, and it is probably, realistically, the only option he had. I mean, he could have killed Deborah, but if he kills Deborah, or if he teams up with Brian, innocent people are going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Because Brian, unless he could teach him the code, but we don't know if that could happen. And second place with 33% was let Brian live and teach him the code. I mean, if he could do that, then great. But that's something that's easier to say than implement.
Yes. It's the hardest thing here.
It would just be hard to say to Brian here, look, you can't kill these people anymore. You just can't do it. It'd be like Rick in The Walking Dead, where 1 minute you can kill everybody, and the next minute it's like, oh, we can't kill people.
Welcome to Alexandria, guys.
You know, it's hard to change. I think when you're going from killing a shitload of people, it's hard to go cold turkey. It's like an alcoholic, you know. If you're used to drinking alcohol, it's hard to just stop. So it would have been hard for Brian. Coming in third place was kill Deborah to save his brother. I mean, Deborah was already waiting for him. Deborah was on the table. It would have been incredibly easy for Dexter to do this because Deborah was already tied up the way he likes it.
Do it. Do it, you sick fuck.
So yeah, Brian pretty much gave Deborah to Dexter on a plate. And in last place was get Brian sent to prison. Probably this didn't really work for anybody. Wouldn't work for Brian because he'd be in prison. Wouldn't work for Deborah because she'd always be living in fear with the fact that Brian could maybe escape one day. And it wouldn't really work for Dexter because he would have a chance to kill someone, he wouldn't do it, and then his secrets could possibly get revealed with Brian being able to talk, and who knows, maybe Brian could turn on Dexter since Dexter didn't kill Deborah. So there is, you know, scenarios that could have played out, and this was probably the least likely option. Cause
also, you know, he goes to jail, opens up court cases, maybe they look into paperwork, and maybe they manage to look at a connection that maybe they are long-lost brothers or something. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so it's probably better here for this to go in the bin, the 5% not to happen. But in the end, I do think Dexter made the right decision. It was a hard decision, but I think it was realistically the only decision that he had.
Yeah.
Now, if Dexter didn't have any family, if Deborah didn't exist, could the second highest voted option, could that have been a realistic thing?
Yes, but I don't think he would have did it. The code was unteachable.
Plus, at this point, I mean, Brian's identity's already out. Or Rudy's identity. It's not like Dexter can rock up to work with Rudy by his side.
Gonna teach him the ropes, Stokes. What, motherfucker?
So yeah, that's it. Let's see what the comments said. Let's see what you guys think.
Comments?
57 faults. YBC7WL said, There's no way the brother was going to follow the code. He already made his own code, and doubt a serial killer is just going to stop doing his routine for another one. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I think as well. He's not, like, I know it's his brother, but Dexter's got his own code. He likes to live that way, do it his way.
Alright, but...
You add Rudy into the scenario, and, like, maybe Rudy wants to put his own wee spins on things.
This like, just sounds like Scott Steiner maths to me.
What?
Adding Rudy to the mix. Your chances of killing the right person drastically go down. Yeah, but could you not argue that Dexter only follows the code for Harry's sake? Could Brian not have followed the code for Dexter's sake? Or is it just not going to happen?
True, yeah, but it's not like Dexter's already killed like 20 people before Harry went, right,
True.
son, we need to learn the code here.
Nah, just a dog and some animals. Like. Hope it wasn't an ice dog, like a Labrador or something.
I thought it was a fucking Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah. Jeff Dollar said he couldn't teach him the code. Brian already spilled a lot of innocent blood, and the next person he probably would have tried to kill would have been Dex, and that would cancel the show. I mean, I agree with that up to the killing Dex part. I don't think would Brian.
He had a lot of chances to kill Dex. I mean, if
he was basically playing a cat and mouse game with him the entire time.
Yeah, he could have killed him a million times.
He could have killed him at any time, and it's like weird because, I mean, he knew Dexter was his brother the entire time, and he could have killed him. So,
yeah, I don't think he would have killed him.
But a lot of innocent blood's already been spilt. That's legit. I think the next person he would have tried to kill would have been DEBRA. I think that would have been his next target, but it didn't happen. Anyway, Dexter killed Brian, and that is it. And Dexter shed a few tears, and Dexter's not a guy that cries often.
My bro.
Is this the death that affects Dexter more than anybody else in the series? Possibly. Could be. Possibly. There's some big deaths, but I'm not sure that they hit the heights of this. But who knows? I mean, even when Harry died, I don't know, Dexter didn't seem that bored, did he?
No, he just put his wee fucking hat on, pretended to be even younger.
Down. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.